We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for returns for to smash that like button. Tell me when you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So I have the SPY pulled up. We're going to talk about the overall market, stock market crash updates, and so forth. And today the SPY pulled downwards at the beginning of the day and then try to bring itself back up, erasing those losses in just the same day. And our SPY bot this morning at 9:40 a.m. sent us out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, put options went up 200% plus within minutes. And this is our new release that allows us to have an edge within the volatility in the markets to maximize on opportunities, and you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, our QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets. And you can now join the members using these resources in either direction, maximizing on opportunities by receiving the clarity and edge 42 vision brings to the charts. So the SPY is what we're going to break down. I'm going to share with you guys what's going on here with 42 vision. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity I mentioned this morning over at the Discord, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So these are the two stocks I mentioned this morning, and both of them gave jumps of 3 to 5%, 5 to 10% plus, but one of them turned out to be a home run, and that was GOVX. And this was our home run from yesterday, and today it presented another home run opportunity, and we caught it in the pre-market shortly after it got that bull indicator, went into strength towards the bell, slightly dipped, and then popped up for a highest point of 60% plus on the day. And from when we mentioned it in the pre-market towards the bell, it jumped up 20% plus, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, and we're going to pull up Ultimate 42 Vision, the bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, our QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And you can now join the members using these resources, maximizing in either direction by receiving the clarity and edge over the charts 42 vision brings. So here we are with the 42 vision indicators and the bull and bear indicators popping up, and you could see how every single time we hit white with red borders, there tends to be a reversal, and once followed with a bull indicator, there's a continuation of strength, and this is what we call the dip area, white with red borders. The full transitions up to bright green, and this is what we call the rip area when we see the extreme strength and extreme weakness in the charts, and it does the transitions back down, followed by a bear indicator confirming further weakness, and then here we are trying to transition back up. Now some transitions are weaker than others, some are stronger than others, and right now we just got a bull indicator on the 30-minute at 391. But we're going to talk about why tomorrow is so important and how we are consolidating way down here near all-time lows, right? Because it has been fighting to bring itself up. One of the key levels that this needs to break through to get itself back up anywhere to newer highs or back up in an uptrend is breaking above 400, and most importantly all the way up here at 409 based off the recent high. And once that bear indicator popped up on the 18th, since up there at 408 to 409 give or take, right? But consolidating and going back and forth at these areas. Now if you zoom out, right, you could see on the 4 hour it's been under a bear indicator since 403, and if we zoom out to the 1 day, you could see it's been under a bear indicator since 443, and if you zoom out and put the 1 week, we've been under a bear indicator since way back in January, and this is the first time that we hit white with red borders. Okay, now if this goes ahead and turns out to be the bottom or one of the areas to try to reverse from, it's going to be based off of the transitions here on the 1 week. The last time this happened was way back in March and April, going into May of 2020. And once that bull indicator popped up, things continue with strength. Same thing happened here on 2018. Now, when you look at this though, it's actually happening very different than these two last recent ones. And this is super important to be aware of because these both happen pretty quickly, right? In a few months. And this one happened within a few weeks. This one has happened in the last 5 to 6 months. Now, if I zoom out and show you guys how things played out in 2000 and also 2007, things were very different. When you zoom out and look at 2007, you could see it hit that dip area and it actually consolidated or tried to come back up. It actually kind of broke even there and then it continued to go lower, hit it again, try to come back up and continue lower, right? This is from 2007 to 2009. And then when we go back to 2000, same thing happened here, right? Took several months, hit that area of dip area, brought itself back up, rejected, went back down, hit that area again, brought itself back up, rejected, until finally 2 years have passed. So right now it's too early to tell. Is this going to play out like the 2018 crash here in correction or like the one in 2020? But right now what we do know is that we've been under a bear indicator here on the 1 week, and this is something we've been tracking since the beginning of the year. We saw it at the beginning of January. We saw this 1 week pop up. I went through it all with us all on February. And then once things started to get pretty volatile, there was other stocks I was watching and talking about and doing coverage, because like I always state, I do this out of gratitude. If you want to have the live access and updates on what's going on, this is going to allow you to see what's going on in the bigger picture, and also even on the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, whatever time frame it is that you want to use it on. 42 vision works whether you're a day trader, swing trader, or long-term trader. But right now on the 1 week and the bigger picture, we have hit a dip area based off 42 vision. We've been under a bear indicator, and it's going to be important to watch if this is going to continue. Now, when the 2020 crash happened, we had 3 of them back to back, and on 2018 it was 2 of them before coming back up. And then once you go back all the way to these other times, they had several of them back to back before trying to bounce back up. And same thing here in 2008 and 2000 and 2007 and so forth. So right now, the SPY, the S&P 500 index, and the overall market are at a pivotal point because it hit this extreme weakness area. And just in 2020 and 2018, it hit 2 of them back to back and 3 of them back to back. But all the way back, when we go over to 2007 and 2000, they followed back to back several times, try to come back up and continued to reject, right? You could see that here in the 2000s as well. So this is at a point where it's either preparing for an even bigger pullback, especially if it tries to come back up and that bear indicator holds true and no bull indicator pops up anywhere on that possible uptrend, and then it rejects. Well, then this bear indicator has been dominating the chart in the bigger picture. So I'm going to be watching for a possible bull indicator to pop up on the 1 day with real strength, and on the 1 week to cancel this out. But if that doesn't get canceled out, this could be the beginning of a bigger and larger pullback, especially if it breaks through the support of 380 and even all the way down here at the 360s. Now, why is this all pulling back right now? Well, you got these headlines here, like the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ finished lower as tech stocks drop. And then you also have here Fed members coming out and talking about how they cannot be reckless the way they push up interest rates. So Fed member Bostic says this, and they're stating this because it's very important to realize that right now the overall market is pricing in, as it states in this article, 50 basis points, 2 of them, okay? If they jump up to 0.75 or 1 full percent on one exact rate hike, not consecutively in broken down pieces, but if not all at once, that's going to be super important, which goes back to what the Fed member Bostic stated. Now, everyone has been expecting 0.5. It's going to be important to hear what the Fed says tomorrow because the FOMC minutes will be released. Now, everyone is expecting 0.5 basis points of Fed rate hikes in the next few meetings, and they've stated it time after time. But the surprise could be if they do 100 basis points at once or 0.75, making it slightly more aggressive, quote unquote. But the heading here says FOMC May minutes preview. Will the Fed have to sell mortgage-backed securities? That's what MBS stands for. That's going to be the main entree of tomorrow. How is this going to get processed and started? Because it's expected to begin as of June 1st. Okay, that's the eyes on the details surrounding tomorrow's meeting, because this is the beginning of these mortgage-backed securities actually getting rolled off their balance sheet. Okay, and this is going to be a slow effect that they're going to try and do for as long as they can, because history has shown us that trying to go ahead and roll these off, right? Sell mortgage-backed securities and bonds while rolling off their balance sheet and raising interest rates, it could create huge uncertainty and shakeups in the markets if something gets off of balance. So super important how this is going to play out, because it's going to give us a lot more details on how the Fed is going to do the quantitative tightening plan. When the Fed decided to raise their policy rate in 2017, it was a little bit different, but it represented the ratio of borrowers paying the principal on their mortgages ahead of schedule, and it declined significantly. So right now they think that the prepayment rate is going to fall to 10% from about 30%, and going to those outflows could average 20 billion a month. In such scenario, the Fed would have to start selling their mortgage-backed securities to reach the monthly reduction target of $95 billion. Okay, that's their monthly target, and we need to see how this is going to play out, because they have billions upon billions, if not trillions of dollars to go ahead and roll off their balance sheet, while at the same time fighting inflation, raising interest rates. And we have right now the chart showing us that we're under a bear indicator. We are at extreme weakness, and if there's any slight dovish statements and the Fed makes a pivot of showing some type of confirmation to the markets might like it, and it may play out something like this. But if it plays out something like that, brings this back up, and no bull indicator pops up to cancel out this bear indicator, this could just turn out to be a fake out. And the bigger picture has been the downward trend as we see it. And right now it's at a pivotal point where this could turn out to be the bottom, or in the volatility, just one of the bottoms before going even lower. And that's going to allow us to be aware of this by looking at 380 and 360 as the next support levels. And to the upside, if I put the 1 day here, we could see that one of the key support levels to the upside that could be formed if they're broken through, because their resistance levels while we're below them is up here at 408. I would just round that up to 410, and then the next one up here at 430. Those are the key levels I'm going to be watching to the upside and to the downside based off of the chart's reaction right now. And to receive clarity within the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, the QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and there's many more bots on the way to get connected to the Discord. It sends us direct notifications to give us that edge and clarity within the charts, and you can receive this edge and clarity that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on the opportunities, whether stocks are going up or going down. You can now gain access to these resources and join the members using these resources, receiving that edge and clarity within the volatility to the markets, whether stocks are jumping up, going down, bearish or bullish. No FOMO, no chasing, just focused on what really matters and maximizing within those moves. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some